Hello everyone and welcome to the Global Business Update with TA. Hope everyone's having a great new year and these 7 stories might just make it better. From USA to Australia, around the world, supermarkets are struggling with supplies. One issue being the chock-a-block at various ports due to various layoffs and people not turning up for work due to COVID-19 scares, and also, especially in countries like Australia, the fact that many workers, due to COVID concerns, have not come to work or they are falling sick due to the rising diseases, maybe the variants of COVID-19, and with the cases rising high, people are just not turning up for work at the supermarkets. And some of the very essential items, such as meat, for example, and dairy products, which are time critical and has to be available at the shelves due to the short lifespan of the product, well, they are not making it on time to the shelves. As a result, many food items and quantities are getting thrown away. Not a good sign for a world that is struggling with high food prices. Crypto does not seem to have got off on a good footing this year. Bitcoin is down by more than 4% and Ethereum is down by more than 8% on possible indications that there might be a rate hike. With the interest rates going higher, more investors would like to go towards the traditional investment instruments, and it looks like the slump of cryptocurrency might continue for some more time. A bit of good news though, Goldman Sachs has actually mentioned that if people start treating Bitcoin and cryptocurrency like gold, that case it could be hitting $100,000 in the near future. Which way will it go? Only time will tell. If you are a crypto investor, you should watch the market a little bit more closely, especially these few days. Have you ever wanted a black car and then thought, I wish I had a grey car to go with my suit? If you're all white, damn, I wish my BMW was all white. Well, looks like BMW hears those concerns. The iX4 of BMW, well, it's still a concept car to a large extent, but it's out there and they are showcasing their technology, the e-ink technology, where at the touch of a button, they are able to change the color of the vehicle. It's going to look something like this. How about that? All the latest developments in nanotechnology and so many different technologies are coming into the picture with this one. How soon will it be available in the market? Well, BMW doesn't seem to be answering that, but it's a good positive sign because, well, one person using one vehicle with multiple color changing option just might be enough to cut down some of those emissions as well. La Nina weather pattern that is sweeping the world right now as we speak is having a negative impact on global agriculture. As we speak, there is massive dryness in Brazil and Argentina, having a negative impact on the possible bountiful harvest of soy and corn, while floods in Malaysia has reduced the possibility of a good palm oil production harvest, and in Australia, a big deluge is actually negatively affecting their wheat supplies. Once again, the world is trying to come into terms with some of the food scarcity, and these factors are simply not helping. For all that talk about going fossil fuel free, well, energy security apparently comes first. That may be why France is going back to coal and they have allowed the current coal operated power generating facilities to operate up to 1,000 hours, which is way more than the original planned amount. And this also means that some of the promises kept in terms of cutting down on emissions will not be met by France. Well, France has been a big supporter of some of the climate agreements that we have seen, including at COP26. But this latest return to coal, especially for power generation, is going to set a negative message in motion throughout the world. Reliance Industries of India has carried out the biggest ever international dollar-denominated bond issue, and that is worth more than $4 billion, and this is expected to fund some of their expansions both in India and worldwide. Indian currency too has not been performing at its best and has been ranked among one of the worst performing currencies out of all emerging markets, in especially over the last few months. And perhaps some of these new measures and developments could help to bring in some stability. And finally, we see the end, or one would say, the last few signal beeps of a legend in mobile communication. It is none other than the Blackberry. January 4th marked the date which the company said the Blackberry phones running on the old operating system might discontinue to operate as they stopped supporting it. As anyone from the early 2000s would remember, that having a Blackberry was once a sign of corporate success, but they could not compete with the growth of some of the other phones, especially the iPhone and even some of the phones that has been brought upon by companies like Samsung, as they came way ahead than Blackberry with more graphical processing capabilities, better video quality, better internet surfing. That corporate image of Blackberry just did not make the cut anymore. And at one time, instead of really focusing on the corporate crowd, BlackBerry was too busy trying to attract the millennials and the young crowd by showing advertisements that put down and ridiculed the typical corporate crowd. In other words, they were mocking at their typical corporate customers, the clientele. And some of those ads used to look like this. Would you run an advertising campaign mocking your main clientele? Well, BlackBerry, from its own journey, clearly shows, and the answer is no, you should not. A little too late for that though. That's it for this week, and no matter what business you may be in, have a profitable week ahead.